all for himself.
As a boy in Sombor, Serbia, Nikola Jokic had dreams of greatness in sports. The sport was harness racing. Jokic was a stable boy and jockey. He loved the horses, their beauty and personality. As for basketball, that was something he played on the side with his brothers and cousins. But growing to 7 foot and nearly 300 pounds, Jokic wasn't born to be a jockey. He was born to take his place among the great European centers in the NBA.
Here it goes, got it! Off balance, Jokic leaning for the first-time All-Star.
Jokic plays with the skill of the modern big man. He can shoot from anywhere. He lumbers around the court to create space for teammates, and he puts up triple-doubles, a defining stat of this decade. But he also has the soul of the old-school Euro bigs, like Arvydas Sabonis and Vlade Divac. Large men with sweet passing touches. But Jokic is even better. His vision and skill delivering passes into tight windows blows people away.
Just wow! Look at this pass! Right to the 5-hole! Oh, come on!
No one has seen a center pass like Jokic. His delivery to Gary Harris in a vital moment in Game 4 was as sublime as it was sensational. And that's just part of his passing reel. From Greg Popovich, who called him magnificent, to his coach Mike Malone, who has predicted Jokic will be a Hall of Famer, the NBA has been won over by his skills.
Baseball pass, Murray, he's got it! Jokic, a 70-footer.
The Nuggets, who got Jokic in the second round in 2014, were so convinced that they declined an option on paying him just $1.6 million this season. Instead, they signed him to a $148 million deal to make sure he was locked up. His chemistry with Jamal Murray has made them one of the most devastating pick-and-roll duos in the league. He's a fierce competitor who plays with emotion, willing to scrap with any opponent. Yet he's whimsical and full of personality, like his ongoing battle with microphones and press conferences.
Someone broke it.
Yeah, thank you, whoever did this.
Just when it looked like the traditional center was dying out in the NBA, here we have the arrival of Jokic. He and the Nuggets are very much a part of the future.
His really weird relationship with microphones aside, Chauncey, he and Jamal Murray have formed something pretty fun to watch. Can you have any specifics on how this all came about?
I mean, just like we talked about Simmons and Embiid's game not complementing one another's, these two do, and here's why. Because Jamal Murray's a natural scorer, and I believe that Jokic is a playmaker. And for that reason, these two get along just fine. Like any other point guard situation, you're called on to make plays. They just want him to score. So they put the ball, we'll go to the clips, we'll put the ball here in Jokic's hands and say, all right, Jamal Murray, you do what you do best. And you talk about chemistry and knowing one another, you see him put that hand out right there. To Jamal Murray, that means give and go. The problem is the guy, Mo Harkless, that's guarding him, he can't see that signal. So Jamal Murray's going to come off of here. He's going to be very, very aggressive at all times to get buckets. Again, he's a scorer, Jamal Murray is. This guy, the big fella, who I think is the biggest point guard in the league, is the playmaker. Jamal Murray, again, give it to your playmaker and just come off and be who you are. Now, you look at this big guy right here. He's slow, he can't jump. It's overtime. They're down 3. He draws 3 defenders right here, and his natural instinct is to, guess what? Look for Paul Millsap, who's right in the back, who can possibly get a layup, but there's no good passing angle there. But there's one guy that's wide open. His favorite target, the best scorer on the team, Jamal Murray, a beneficiary of great playmaking. Now, this is something you don't see every day. Your point guard, 6'4", passing it to the 7-footer in the backcourt to then go make a play, a pick and roll for him. Look at the biggest point guard in the league, you guys. Goes to the paint like Rondo, draws 3 defenders, and finds, not Paul Pierce, but Jamal Murray for a wide open 3-ball. This dude right here is just, he's dangerous.
Same result.
You can tell that they like each other.
Right.
I mean, they have fun playing with each other. Their games complement one another. They're young. They're going to grow together. I just love it. I love what they do.
How would you describe his passing?
Unbelievable. He's a guard. He's a big man in the guard's body. Vice versa. He's a big man.
I knew what you meant.
He's an unbelievable passer. He sees the floor very well. He's 2 steps ahead of the game every time he plays the game. As soon as he catches the ball, he knows what he wants to do with it. So I think he's leading the league in assist turnover ratio as well in the playoffs. That's an unbelievable stat for a big.
It is crazy.
That is insane. Does he remind you of anyone?
That
Or do
twosome right there, to me, they remind me a little bit of like Weber and Bibby. That's the only two that I can kind of think of. And
Or Divac.
That's
Weber a point?
what I would say.
Yep, is damn near a point.
Yeah, Weber could pass that thing, though, man. He could really, really pass it. Maybe not quite like Jokic, but dang near close, though.
The thing I like about watching the Nuggets play is they look different from every other team. Because when you're able to invert your offense and have your center bringing it up in the backcourt or throw it to him at the high post, I'm actually getting a chance to see people cut and move off the ball. It's the opposite of watching the Houston Rockets.
Right.
They have 5 guys constantly spotting up or 4 guys and 1 guy trying to get a lob on the dunk spot. So it's just refreshing to see how they play.
And it's, to piggyback what you said, when Brad Stevens came in, similar offense. He tried to go through Al Horford in the post, and back in the day when it was Jared Sullinger and Kelly Olynyk, same type of offense. Try to invert the offense, get the defense to react differently, and see how bigs guard pick and rolls or pin downs.
Blazers, what are they going to do tonight? Tonight after Nuggets Blazers, Game 6. You don't want to miss SportsCenter with Scott Van Pelt. Post-game coverage from Portland. Tim Legler will be in studio. Raptors Sixers Game 6 breakdown. Barry Melrose will join the show to talk Hurricanes Bruins Game 1. A lot going on. SportsCenter, 1 a.m. Eastern, 10 Pacific on ESPN and the app. And honestly, this man right here, Rising Star, brought to you by Mountain Dew. Might as well just name the award after Pascal Siakam. By far the most. He's been that good. 3rd-year forward. Rough Game 4, calf contusion, and then he stars in Game 5, leads all scorers with 25 points. Construction of these Philadelphia 76ers began as the first project of a new school of architecture to build a championship foundation, dig a deep hole, acquire the best materials.